What's up, everybody? Welcome to Just Because Gaming. My name is Michael,
And I'm Ray, and thanks for
and
joining us.
you stole my thunder.
Got in there on you.
Before we jump into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things in all the places. And with that being said, we'll jump into it.
All right. Today we're going to talk about speculation and all on the upcoming consoles. We're looking at probably 2027 for a PS6, then the Xbox, what they're calling it the Magnus right now. It doesn't have an actual name yet. Hopefully they'll come up with something better than the last few years, Even
They,
Series X2 would be fine with me.
they're
It
gonna
would be
they're gonna
better than
call it the Xbox Magnum for how hard they're gonna. Anyways,
hey, G-rated show here. But they're expecting. I've heard rumors of up to $1,000 to $1,500. But some of the shows other podcasts I watch and things that are a little more realistic, I think we're looking at probably more like 800 to 1,000. I'm leaning closer to 1,000 is what that thing's going to be across the board. Microsoft has said in some of their business meetings and things that they want it to be 30% markup on pretty much everything. Their kind of goal they're shooting for. So if you mark up whatever the cost of building this thing is by 30% for your profit margin, that can steepen the price quite a bit, which
yeah,
might explain why they've raised the prices of the old consoles, even though there's nothing on the shelf hardly you can find.
honestly, it's so annoying because with this new practice that they're doing because before the Xbox and the PlayStation used to sell their consoles at a loss, and then they would make up for that loss in video game profit because the video game profit, had a lot of room for like margin and overhead and stuff. And so they were selling consoles at a loss. In fact, when you and I looked this up, Ray, we saw that, historically consoles have been sold at a loss, like way back in the day. I think it probably goes all the way back to Nintendo, like NES.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they've always been sold at a loss. So this is the first time that they're trying to sell consoles not at a loss. But anyways, so with the consoles not only going from a loss to at cost, and now going from at cost to a markup, geez, I think that Xbox has a very unrealistic view of gamers and their disposable income. Like, I don't know if they
Right.
think we're all just like stock market investors, like, yes, what should I spend my millions on? I mean, that's totally not us. We're broke, and we're like, they went up from $60 to $70. That $10 difference, I ain't paying that. Like, that's literally us, and they're just not seeing it. And it's like the prices keep going up and up, and eventually I'm kind of scared that eventually they're going to price their own consumers and their own customers out of their market. And it's going to be like you're going to go online. Like, imagine this: you go online, say for Call of Duty 12, that'll probably come out next year, and at the rate that they're releasing games, they released Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 in the same year. But anyways, imagine playing Call of Duty 12 next year, and you go into a lobby and there's like 5 other people playing, not like 30, not like 50, 5, just because not too many people can afford to play games.
Yeah. Well, I think Xbox, says, the console war is over. We're not competing with PlayStation anymore. Probably because they've gotten their butt whipped by, they're saying 35 million by the end of the year Xbox consoles sold versus the 80 million you're looking at on the PlayStation side. So yeah, you kind of got your butt kicked on sales, but they started putting their games on PlayStation. That makes up some of that money. Now they're going to go to, okay, we're going to make a more of an elite system as super powerful as we can make it. It's going to be more expensive. They're probably going to sell 10 to 15,000 of these, but they're also selling them at a profit. So they're not losing anything by doing that. It still
Yeah.
keeps people happy who want that console, but then they've got their Play Anywhere thing. You can play on your PC, on the ROG Ally, on PlayStation nowadays because they're putting their games on there. So you're going to see their games everywhere. And this new system is a hybrid PC console. So it'll be able to play supposedly your other launchers like Steam. What is it? Blizzard has one. Battle.net, that's what Blizzard's is. Epic Store, if anybody uses that. Yeah. And there's others that may come out over time that'll be able to play on that console as well. yes, you could do it all on your PC, but a lot of people want this nicer looking console sitting in a living room, not a giant PC tower. Of course,
Yeah.
they might link to, and price wise, if it comes in around $1,000 to build a decent gaming PC, it's going to be, at least near that.
Well, the thing is that even if you compare $1,000 gaming PC to $1,000 video game console, with a video game console, what can you do with that? You can play video games. With a PC, yeah, you can play video games. You can also, go on social media. You can go look at grandma's cookie recipes. You can go on like YouTube. You can go on like all kinds of things. There's no real limit to what a PC can do. So it's like they're really, it's like, how can I put it? It's like selling bicycles at $30,000 because that's what cars go for. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
Well,
no.
being a hybrid PC game console, my understanding is pretty much anything you can do on a Windows PC, you're going to be able to do on this console. You'll be able to hook a keyboard and mouse to it. You'll be able to browse Facebook and the internet and whatever on it as well. So it has these abilities. You can also play like in a console mode where I don't have to go in there and adjust settings for my games. And I click on the game I want to play and I'm playing right off the Xbox.
But I can tell you how many people are going to care about that. Like I can play, or I can play games on this console, but I can also do other stuff on this console, kind of maybe retardedly looking. No one's going to care about that. Like if you gave me for
Compare it to
free.
this. Remember we talked about the Origin, how that was such a cool thing where they took all three systems, the Nintendo, the PlayStation, and the Xbox, and it was a PC, and it had a built-in capture card. If you could do all of that, say we can stream gameplay directly from it just like it's a PC, because it's a hybrid PC console. If it has these options, that makes it worthwhile. Not to everybody, but like I said, they're going to an elite gamer clientele, the ones that are streaming their gameplay on YouTube, the ones that are using, true achievements over here. I can use that on off of here as well to tell me what I need to do next in game. I won't have to, the AI will let me do that, because that's another big thing they're putting into these new consoles is this advanced AI chip that they're putting into it. It's supposed to be take a lot of the heavy lifting off of the actual gaming CPU and of course other options you can do with the AI.
Well, let me ask you this, and just to kind of prove a point, let me ask you this, Ray. How many times in the past year, in your life, since the Xbox Series X has existed, have you opened the web browser app and browsed the internet on your Xbox Series X?
Well, I agree. It's not something I'm generally doing.
That's the
But
point.
do I even have that option on here? I don't know.
Yes, you can totally. There is a
Because I
web
go on my
browser app.
Xbox to play games.
That's the point.
But again, if I just decide, we've talked about streaming for our website and all that and streaming gameplay. We'd like to get into doing that soon. I even bought a gaming PC to be able to do that with.
Me too.
But if the next console lets me do it directly from the console, that would have saved me a lot of money and effort. And it might be more streamlined and easier to do. I like that feature if it allows me to do that. There's a lot of things they can do with this that if they do it and they market it well and message it well, I could see this console doing better than they think.
Not the only thing, but the main thing that I see being a problem is, do you know how much of a pain in the butt it is to try to manage a computer desktop from a living room TV? Because I've done it. I've connected my laptop to the TV. I think it was to stream like, I don't know, like Facebook videos or something onto the TV so that the family could see.
It's pirated movies. Come on.
I honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think that was the case. But anyways, the point is, like, I've connected the laptop to the TV and it is painful because the icons are like this big and the text is this big because the TV is huge,
Right.
and it's just a pain in the butt. So what Xbox would have to do is make it like a console friendly version of the desktop. And then once you do that, you lose what makes PC consoles because yes, the PC consoles can do everything. But then once you have to make, Xbox Magnus versions of everything, then that's when it starts looking terrible. It's like, how many times has Microsoft failed to learn this lesson that mobile versions of Microsoft desktops do not work? Like, they tried it with a Windows phone and it failed. They tried it with Windows tablets and they exist. Like, there's Windows tablets. Everybody comment in the comments if you have a Windows Surface tablet that you use. But I'd say the tablet market is
I had a
primarily,
Windows phone and I loved it. It was great, but it
well,
didn't take off with the popularity of everybody else. Apple had too strong a foothold, and
and
it just
Samsung, yeah.
wasn't gonna take off like the others. But it was a really good device, and the operating system worked well on it. I didn't have any problems with it.
Well, you were one of the 5 people that had it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, it's
HD DVDs were better too, but no, Blu-ray had to win.
and Blu-ray was decent, but then streaming. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I saw a thing that said millennials had to go through such an identity crisis because when we were really young, there were still records and record players, and then they moved to cassettes, then they moved to CDs, then they moved to, streaming. And it's the same thing with movies. Like, it was,
I've had to buy the same album 5 times, it's ridiculous.
and it's the same thing with movies. Like, people originally bought VHS. Dude, Cheyenne still has VHS tapes, and I try to get her to throw them out, but she just will not because she thinks they're gonna like go up in value. But I've shown her people selling them on eBay for like $1 just because they
Right.
want to get rid of them. But yeah, there's
And
been
you even have a VCR you could play them on?
we do, but every time we play a VHS tape on the VCR, we're like, oh my gosh, this looks awful. The quality is terrible. But
Right.
that's
Tracking.
just,
I forgot, how do you work the tracking?
but yeah. So with just all of this stuff, with them trying to like shoehorn a console, or I'm sorry, trying to shoehorn a PC experience into a console, it's like Microsoft just does not learn. It's like nobody's going to care about the fact that you can kind of sort of do PC stuff on a console built for video gaming. And it's
Well, I
like,
mean, it's not gonna be kinda sorta, you are going to be able to do it, but, again, that's a small group of people that wanna be able to do this versus PlayStation is gonna go, "Look, ours is cheaper, it's still powerful enough to play all the games you wanna play on your TV, and it's just a console, you plug it in and you play, like you're used to." Of
well, then the
course,
again, the point for that is if you're making a console that is going to have a Windows operating system, why not just buy a laptop?
because it's on the small screen on a laptop, I wanna play it on my big TV in my living room or in
Well,
my
you
gaming
just
room,
plug it in. That's what the HDMI port's for.
So
You
now I have
can,
to have this little laptop sitting here while I'm on my big screen TV. I mean, yes,
yeah.
you can do it, but I want the console. I like that console experience. I like the way that works.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't, huh?
Why?
That's my preference.
I want a big
Why
ass
have you
box
why have you bought all 3 consoles?
because I can move them and have them. I can pack them up, and they're a
You could
lot
do it with a
cheaper than a
laptop.
laptop. But they're a
Yes, there
lot
you go. It's
cheaper.
cheaper than a laptop.
Yeah.
It's still cheaper. If it comes in at $1,000, it's still cheaper than buying a good gaming laptop.
Okay, so
Buying one
good.
from the store already, not building it all yourself. We're talking about a gaming laptop. Price those things. Find one for $1,000 that's really that good.
Well, again, so you're basically at the point where you're trying to compare technology then, because there are gaming laptops that are like $1,000, like $1,200, etc. There are gaming laptops at that price point. Now, will they have the same exact specs that the next Xbox will? No, not at
Yeah,
launch, but
well,
wait literally a year, and yes, you'll be able to get those same specs at $1,000, if not cheaper, because the
hey,
technology is always upgrading.
true, but we haven't seen the prices dropping on that technology. Look at the graphics cards alone. Now you have the 50 series, but your 40 series is not going for way cheaper. They used to drop in price a lot when the new series came out. Not anymore because I mean the games they're putting out don't need that more powerful graphics card yet. And you're talking about the new Xbox and the PlayStation for that matter. When both of those come out, you're looking at they're both going to play native 4K. They're both going to have ray tracing, and they're both going to be able to hit 60 to 100 frames frames per second.
I just don't see the value in it. Like if you're buying a console because you want a console plus the PC experience, you can just buy a PC because that's the same thing. I really think Microsoft is doing a huge misstep because they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Well,
we'll
we're
make
gonna have
a."
to wait and see what else they add in. What else is this? I mean, these are the things we can think of that you can do with this console, but they better have some other stuff. They better have some tricks up their sleeve. They go, look, you can do this, this, and this. You can't do this anywhere else.
Yeah, but
And if they don't have that, then yeah, nobody's going to buy that for when if they already have the gaming PC, or your Series X is still going to work for quite a while after. I don't have to buy it right away. There's still people on the original Xbox One X.
yeah,
They said there's like 30,000 people still playing on Xbox Ones,
yeah. But
or
let us
30 million
know.
people.
But yeah, let us know in the comments below. What do you think about this next gen consoles coming out with the PlayStation 6? Because they're going to go in that number order, and the
Oh yeah,
next Xbox Ultra Lube ribbed Magnum. Let us know what you think.
I
Is
mean,
that something you're looking forward to? Are you just going to go PC? Are you going to exit the console gaming and video game space entirely? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
but that's it for us today. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out our website at Just Because Gaming, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace. Stealing my shit again.
You love it.